Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission here, as always, is really to give you that shortcut to being well-informed. And today, well, that shortcut is taking us straight through Southeast Asia. We've got a pretty comprehensive stack of sources here covering essential Thai traveler phrases.
That's right. And, for this deep dive, the goal really isn't just listing phrases for you to memorize by rote. It's not about that.
Right?
Our mission is more about stripping away that surface translation. We want to show you the literal, word-by-word architecture of the language.
Okay.
Because if you understand those building blocks, the pronouns, the politeness particles, the question words, then you don't just learn a single phrase. You actually gain the confidence to, well, start building your own sentences, on the fly even.
We're looking for those aha moments in linguistics, aren't we? Going beneath the surface to figure out why they say what they say. And look, immediately, before we even get into a single functional phrase, we absolutely have to address the foundation, the bedrock of social interaction in Thailand. That's the crucial rule of politeness.
Yeah, this is non-negotiable, really. It's the gateway to respectful conversation. Every polite phrase, every single acknowledgement, every request must be finished with a gender particle.
Okay, so break that down.
Right. So if you identify as male or you're a male speaker, you end your sentences with the rising tone of crap.
Crap, got it.
And if you're a female speaker, you end it with the slightly falling tone of ka.
Cup. Okay. Crap for males, cup for females.
That's the one. These little particles, they act like an instant social volume control. They turn, say, a command into a polite request. They signal respect, deference.
But if you leave them off,
Well, you risk sounding abrupt, maybe demanding, or even, a bit childish in some contexts. They're like the social oil that keeps the interaction running smoothly.
right, so not just grammar, but social necessity.
Exactly. They aren't just grammatical footnotes tucked away somewhere. They are absolutely social necessities. Think of it like maybe adding sir or ma'am or perhaps please to basically every sentence you say. But it's all compacted into one easy syllable.
Wow, okay.
Mastering them. That's step one. Absolutely fundamental.
Okay, step one, mastered, hopefully. Let's unpack this and start building with the very baseline greeting. The one word everyone probably associates with Thailand, hello.
Right. The full respectful phrase is sawatikap or sawatika.
Okay.
The core word there is sawati. That means hello or greeting. But interestingly, it's also used for goodbye in a lot of situations. So it's quite versatile, establishes contact right away.
But as you said, it's that gender particle that really makes the difference. Adding krop or ka, it transforms it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From just a word to a polite social acknowledgement.
It really does. It's like the linguistic equivalent of doing a respectful bow, the way it's that instant social handshake.
So if I just walked up and said sawati and nothing else.
Technically you said hello, but socially it feels a bit lacking. Yeah, lacking is the word. The particle adds the respect that the culture really values.
Okay, got it. Moving on from greeting to gratitude, let's break down thank you. The phrase is kap kun kapka. And our sources mention this one has a really profound literal meaning.
Oh, it does. It's fascinating because it's not just one single verb like in English. It's a compound concept.
Compound. How so?
Well, you have kaup. That literally means to thank, or maybe more deeply, to be grateful for.
Okay, grateful for.
And what are you grateful for? You're grateful for kun, and kun means you.
So every time someone says thank you in Thai, they're literally saying, I am grateful for you.
Exactly. It emphasizes respect, the importance of the person receiving the thanks. It builds that positive connection right into the phrase itself.
That's beautiful, actually. It really frames thanking around the recipient.
It does. It focuses on the person, not just the action. And, if you've received really great service or some significant help, you naturally want to amplify that gratitude, right?
Sure. How do you do that?
It's easy. You just add the word for very or a lot, which is ma.
Ma.
So thank you very much becomes kop kun mak krapka. Just tack it on the end before the politeness particle. It's a simple addition, but it significantly warms up your expression of thanks.
Kop kun mak krop. Okay, easy enough. So we've greeted, we've thanked. The next natural step in building rapport is checking on someone's well-being. How are you?
Right. The full question structure is sabadi mai krapka.
And the literal meaning here is quite direct, isn't it? Something like, are you well?
Exactly that. Very concise. It relies on just three simple parts. First, sabadi. That means well or comfortable or fine. It's the state we're asking about.
Okay, samadi. And then the key bit seems to be that word My, right at the end, before the crop or car.
Absolutely. That crucial little word, my, does all the heavy lifting. It turns the statement, you are well, into the question, are you well?
So unlike English, where we flip words around, are you, Thai just adds a question particle.
Generally, for yes-no questions, yes. You take the statement like, you are well, and you just append my. It's a structural shortcut that you can use over and over again. Super useful.
That is a powerful tool for the toolbox. Okay, so if someone asks me, sabay di mai crap, and I want to say I'm fine, I just repeat the first part.
Precisely. You drop the question particle, my, and simply state the condition, sabay di prapka. You confirm you're well, add the politeness particle, and you're done.
Simple and elegant. Now let's talk about what sounds like a cornerstone phrase, the one our sources call the universal social solvent. It's okay, or no problem.
Ah, yes. My penrai kakrap. This might be the single most critical cultural phrase a traveler can learn. Seriously.
Why so critical?
It's the default response for almost any minor mishap, apologies, sometimes even thanks, awkward moments. Let's look at the literal meaning to see why it's so powerful.
Okay, break it down.
My hue means not. Pen means to be.
To be.
And rai means what or anything.
So it is not anything.
Exactly. It is not anything. And that literal meaning is the key to its incredible versatility. Culturally, this phrase is deeply connected to the idea of sanuk, fun, joy, and just generally minimizing confrontation or conflict, saving face, essentially.
So give me some examples.
Okay. Someone bumps into you. My pinrai. It's no big deal. Someone apologizes profusely for a small mistake. My pinrai. There's no issue. You say thank you for something minor. They might reply, my pinrai, sort of like, you're welcome, or don't mention it.
Wow. So it's just an immediate, soft way of saying no drama here. It shows patience, keeps things peaceful. That sounds incredibly useful for travel.
Oh, absolutely. I really can't stress enough how much a traveler should embrace my penrai. Using it shows cultural awareness almost instantly. It smooths over so much potential friction.
Fantastic.
Okay,
let's finish this foundational segment. Quick confirmations and soft apologies. Simple yes or correct.
That's chai.
Easy. And for a soft apology, like maybe reaching over someone at a table.
For that, you'd use sut na krapka. Now, sut means to apologize, but notice that softener particle again, na.
No.
Yeah.
We saw that with I'll take it later. It's not just the gender particle. It's like a general politeness enhancer.
That's a great way to put it. A softening agent. It ensures the request, or in this case, the apology sounds gentle, not abrupt or demanding.
So it turns a formal I apologize into more of a casual, oh, excuse me, or oops, sorry about that.
Exactly. It's another layer of that social grace just built right into the language structure. Very important.
Okay, foundation of politeness. Check. Now let's move into the transactional core of travel, asking questions.
Yeah.
We need to get comfortable with those key keywords. Our sources highlighted three main ones.
Taurai.
Arai and nai.
Right. Taurai for how much or how old, arai for what, and nai for where. These words are like linguistic levers. They let you switch from just listening to actually participating, getting the information you need.
And how they fit into sentences.
Generally, they slot right in, often at the end, replacing the piece of information you're looking for. Let's start with identifying people. If you want to ask someone's name, the polite phrase is kun chu arai krap.
Okay, let's run the structural analysis on that. Kun is the polite you.
Chu.
Chu is name.
Yep.
And arai is what.
Right.
So the literal translation is you name what.
Exactly. And that's a perfect illustration of the structural simplicity we were talking about. English needs to flip things around, add a verb. What is your name? Thai. Often just subject, verb, object. And the question word goes where the answer would sit. Very logical.
That definitely makes it feel easier to internalize. Does the same logic apply to asking age? How old are you?
It does. That phrase is kun ayu taure krap.
Okay, so kun is you. Ayu must be age.
Correct. Ayu is age. And here we use that compound Q word, tawai. It means how much or how many, but in this context, it specifically means how old.
So literally, you age how much.
Yeah.
Direct replacement again.
You got it. It's a consistent pattern. And if we're asking about origin, where someone's from, we use the where question word. Where are you from is kunma jakna krapka.
Let's break that one down too. Kun is you.
Ma means to come.
Okay, and jak means from. All right, and nai is where. So you come from where?
Yeah.
It really drives home that direct structure. The question word just lands where the place name would normally be.
Precisely. The sentence doesn't need complex gymnastics to accommodate the question.
Okay, moving to those essential transactional questions. Price. Every traveler needs this one. How much is this?
That would be Aneraka taura krap.
All right, parsing time again. Unne. That means this thing.
Yeah, basically, un is a classifier often used for objects, and ne means this. So this thing or this item.
Got it. And racha.
Reka means price.
And then taurai again for how much. So this thing price how much?
You've absolutely nailed the structure, and once you get that pattern, you can swap out the object. The sources had a great example for travel fares. How much for the bus? That's simply harrot taura krap.
Okay, so ka must mean cost or fare.
Right. Cost, fare, fee. And rot means vehicle, often used for bus or car.
So literally, fare vehicle how much? That's brilliant. It cuts out all the English prepositions like for the cade. Much more efficient.
Efficiency combined with politeness, thanks to our friend krap, or ka, at the end.
Now let's tackle what looks like the most complex sentence structure so far, but it's incredibly necessary for any traveler who doesn't speak Thai fluently. Do you speak English?
Yep.
The phrase is long. Kung put bahasa Anggrit tayo may sikap.
Let's really dissect this one.
Yeah, that phrase is like a mini masterclass in how Thai builds sentences. It's worth taking apart piece by piece.
Okay. After kungkut, I see four main chunks. First, put. That's to speak.
Correct. Put to speak.
Second, the object.
Bahasa Anggrit. That must be language English. I see Anggrit. It comes from England.
Exactly right. Pasa is language. Angrit is English. Now, the next word is really crucial for expressing ability or possibility.
Die.
Die. What does that do? It means can or able to. And in Thai, this ability particle usually comes after the verb it modifies.
So it's not can you speak, it's you speak language, English able to. That's different.
It is. And then finally, we end with our familiar yes-no question particle right before the polite krap or k.
Okay, so the word order is key here. The ability word, die, goes after the main verb phrase, speak English, but before the question word, mai. That feels like a really important takeaway for building sentences.
That is the takeaway. You now basically know the structure for asking if someone can do anything. You do action daimai. It perfectly shows that logical building block approach of the grammar.
All right. Now, what if I'm the one struggling? I need to admit I can't speak the language. I can't speak the local language.
For that, you'd say, Masimart fut jakapotek krapka.
Okay, whoa. Let's break that down. My simart.
My simart means cannot or not able to. It's the negative form of being able.
Right. Then fut is to speak. What about jak popote?
That phrase generally refers to the local language, the language from the country, paprate. It's a polite way of saying you're currently facing a language barrier.
Good to know. But maybe I don't want to stay that way. Maybe I have aspirations. The phrase of commitment. I want to learn Thai.
Nice. That's Chonyak Rian Pasa Thai Krapka.
Let's see. Chonyak is the common I.
Yak means to want to or would like to. It expresses a desire or intention.
Okay. And Turian.
Korean means to study or to learn, followed by Pasa Thai, Thai language.
So I want learn language Thai. It shows that once you know these basic verbs like want and learn, you can just slot them into the polite sentence structures we've already covered.
Exactly. The system is very adaptable once you grasp the core patterns.
Okay, let's shift into the bustling world of markets and shops, transaction time. We need to master the verb for wanting things, for acquiring things. That's AO, right? Meaning to want or to take.
Yes, AO is absolutely vital, but context is everything here. Just blurting out Wakayo can sound a bit demanding, a little abrupt.
Right, so if I'm in a market, I see something I like.
Huh?
How do I say it politely? I'll take it I want.
The common polite way is "ona krapka."
Oh, there's that magic softener again.
Exactly. You combine the core verb, I-O, want take, with the polite softener. It makes all the difference. It shifts the tone from give me this to something more like I'll kindly take this, please.
That seems crucial for interacting with vendors. You want that gentle request tone.
Absolutely. And conversely, if someone offers you something you don't want or you just need to politely decline, you use the simple negation. Ma ona krapka.
So, my for not plus ao for want, softened by not. Not want, kindly.
You've got it. Clear, polite refusal.
Now, for something that's Almost a ritual in many travel destinations. Bargaining. It's expected in lots of markets, but you have to approach it politely. How do you ask, can you lower the price?
Okay, the phrase for that is rahatuk tayo may krapka. This one neatly blends several key components we've seen.
Let's unpack it.
Yeah.
Raha we know is price. What's
Ok means reduce or lower.
okay? And then, hey, it's our can you, is it possible?
Here.
Structure again. Ditaimai.
Exactly. We saw it with can you speak English?
Yeah.
Here it's the same logic. So you're literally asking price reduce possible or price lower can. It's a very non-confrontational way to initiate negotiation.
That's clever. Not demanding a discount, but asking about the possibility. What if I want to make it a bit more of a direct request, like, please lower the price? Maybe frame it as asking for a favor.
Good question. For a stronger, more direct appeal, you can use tuk haha hai na krapka.
Okay, what's the extra bit there? Hi na.
Right. Hai often means to give, but here, combined with na, it acts as an appeal. It's like asking the person to perform the action for you as a kindness. Lower the price for me, kindly. It adds a touch of vulnerability, maybe, earnestness, which can actually be quite effective.
Interesting. It taps into that idea of personal connection and respect again, asking for a bit of kindness.
It does. It's leveraging the social context subtly.
Okay, what if the vendor is a bit too keen, and I genuinely just want to look around without pressure? I'm just browsing.
For that, you'd say chan ma tiao krapka.
Chan ma tiao. So chan is I, ma is come. What's hiao?
Kiao is a versatile word. It can mean to travel or to go around for pleasure. But in this specific shop context, it clearly means to look around or to browse with no immediate intention to buy.
So it clearly signals I'm here to look, not necessarily to purchase right now. That seems like a good way to manage expectations.
Exactly. It saves everyone time and avoids that feeling of pressure.
Now, if I do like something, and maybe just bought one, but I decide I want another, how do I ask for, I want one more, please?
You'd start with the polite desire, na, and then add kop pi krapka.
Kopi?
Right. Kop means again or another. And P often functions as a classifier for one or a single item in this kind of context, so the whole phrase builds sequentially. Want kindly, another one. Auna kopi krap. Got it.
All right, let's shift to moments of confusion. They happen. How do I say I don't know?
Nice and simple. Mai ru krapka. Mai is not. And ru means to know, so not know.
Mairu. Okay. Now, understanding, this one seemed to have a bit of nuance in the sources. I understand.
Yeah, the common way to say I understand is often chan hu krapka. Chan is E, and hu literally means to understand, or perhaps more basically to hear. It suggests a general comprehension, like I hear you, I get it.
Okay, fu, for general understanding. So, I don't understand is just hu krapka.
That's the straightforward negation, yes. But the sources also mentioned a more intense, colloquial way to express deep confusion if you're really lost.
Right. What was that one?
That was chan mai koi jak krapka.
Like goijak. What are the key parts there?
Okay, mai koi is a useful phrase that means not really or not at all. It intensifies the negative. And jak is another word for understand, but it's often seen as more colloquial, maybe implying a deeper, more cognitive grasp than the simple hearing of who.
Ah, interesting. So who is like, I hear the words, while Jock is more like, I grasp the meaning, and my Koi Jock is like, I really don't get it at all.
That's a pretty good way to think about it. My Q is simple non-comprehension. My Koi Jock is more emphatic, like I'm trying, but it's just not clicking. It sounds quite natural to express total confusion that way.
Good distinction. Finally, in this section, the essential phrase when communication is failing due to speed, speak slowly, please.
That's fucha krapka.
Let's see. Food we know is speak, so cha must be slow.
Correct. Cha means slow. And notice again the efficiency. We don't need a separate word for please because the polite particle, krapka, handles the politeness. The core request is direct. Speak slow.
Food chakra. Okay, adding that to the emergency phrase list. All right, let's pivot to something universally enjoyable. Food. We're hungry, we're in a restaurant, we're ready to order. How do we signal that? I'd like to order.
The general phrase for that is aorot kapka.
Wait, ao is want, we know that. But rot, didn't that mean vehicle or bus earlier?
Yeah.
And also interrupt excuse.
Yes, Thai has words with multiple meanings depending on context. You're sharp. In this specific dining context, rot means to order food or drink. So, oh, rot literally means want to order.
Okay, context is king, so our kriap signals I'm ready. How do I order a specific item? Let's say I'd like a coffee.
You'd use that want-would-like structure. Cognac o kapka.
Yeah, so chanyako. I would like to take hav, followed by the item kaupe for coffee.
Exactly. It's that same pattern. I want item, polite particle. Just substitute the food or drink name.
Now, customization. This is huge, especially with Thai food and spice levels. We need to be able to control the heat. How do we say no spicy, please?
Okay, the word for spicy is pum. To order without any heat, you use that don't want pattern we saw in shopping. My au pum krapka. You're literally telling them, don't want the spicy. Very clear.
My alpham. Essential phrase. What if I want some spice, but I'm cautious? A little spicy, please.
For that, you'd say au pum neat krapka.
Neat. What's that?
Neat means a little, a small amount, a tiny bit. So, want spicy a little? It's a much safer way to explore the flavors if you're unsure about your tolerance.
Definitely safer. Okay, what about drinks? Specifically ice. Lots of travelers worry about local ice or just prefer less. How do we ask for no ice?
The term for ice, or sometimes just plain water, is nam plau. To ask for no ice, you simply state, nam plau mai au krapka.
So literally ice, don't want, again, very direct.
Direct, efficient, avoids confusion.
What about the other end of the taste spectrum? Sweetness. If I want something very sweet, like maybe Thai iced tea, how do I use that very much word mak?
You'd use nam tam map ma krapka.
Okay, nam di tam must be sugar or sweetness.
Correct. Nam di tam is sugar sweetness. So the phrase is like, sweetness want very much. Again, it follows that logical structure. Thing desired plus want plus intensity plus polite particle.
It's really clicking how these pieces fit together. Okay, meal's finished. Time to pay. The bill, please.
For that, you combine a word for request with the word for bill. Rot the tongue krapka.
So that wrote word again. Here it means request, and di tang means bill or payment.
Exactly. Rot tongue request payment. This is generally the preferred way, rather than using an English loan word like check or bill.
Good to know. Now, if I want to volunteer to pay, I'll pay. Our sources mentioned the pronoun choice is important here for formality.
Absolutely critical, yes. Especially in a slightly more formal setting like a restaurant. If you're a male speaker, using the formal I shows respect. So you'd say, Thim daptan krap.
For formal male I. And chop here means to pay.
Correct. Chop is the verb to pay in this context. And for a female speaker, using the formal ing, dichan chop tenda.
Dichan, for formal female E. So even in a quick transaction like paying, using viam elevates the interaction, shows you're taking it seriously.
It really does. It signals deference, professionalism. Now, a common travel issue, change. What if the vendor says there's no change?
How would they say that?
They'd likely say, mai mi the tongue krapka.
Okay. My me must mean there isn't or don't have.
Exactly. Me means to have or there is, so my me is the negative. And the tongue, which meant bill just now, can also mean change or just money in general.
Wow, the tongue is versatile too. Bill, payment, change, money.
Context, context, context. My me tongue is vital if you're trying to pay with a large note.
And for the modern world, credit cards. I use the credit card. This looked like another complex one structurally.
It puts a few pieces together. Pan fart chai tung, the tung ni tang, my trapka.
Okay, deep breath. Let's try. Smearma. That's the can or able to particle we saw earlier, but used at the beginning sometimes.
Yes, it can frame the possibility up front. Then che means to use.
Right. Detang, deteret. Must be credit card.
That's it. Literally something like money card ni means this.
Okay, so able to use credit card this. And then we finish with our possibility checker. The taimai. Is it possible?
You nailed it. The core structure is that ability-possibility framework. Can smerma do the action? Possible. Detaimai. It brackets the whole request. Very consistent.
It is consistent once you see the pattern. Last one for payment. Requested a receipt. Can you give me a receipt?
Another one using that structure?
What's undo the taimai kapka?
Okay, so marka is to give. Wastardu must be receipt.
Correct. Watsadu is receipt. And notice Dewey slipped in there.
Ah, yes. I saw that in help, please.
Mm-hmm.
Here, it makes the give me part more polite. Exactly. It softens the request. So again, can you give object politely? possible, daimai. Same reliable structure.
All right, rounding out logistics. Directions. The classic, where is the restroom?
That would be chambapai honam tinai krapka.
Okay, chanbipai. Hulna.
Hongna means restroom, literally water room.
Water room, okay. And tinai, that's a more specific where.
Right. Nai is where, and tinai means at where or which place. So the sentence is literally, I go restroom at where.
Clear enough. Now, what if I need more general advice? Like asking a local, where should I go for sightseeing or something?
For that, you introduce the word di. It means good, but also carries the sense of should, or a good idea. The phrase is, chambapai tinai di krapka.
So I go at where good. It turns it into asking for a recommendation, not just a location.
Exactly. You're asking, where's a good place for me to go? Seeking their wisdom.
And I can apply that good idea query to a specific place too. Like pointing to a restaurant on a map and asking, is this place good?
Yep. Tini di mai krapka.
Tini must be this place.
Correct. T is place, ni is this. So, this place good, using di for good. And we finish with our yes-no question particle, mai again. It all connects.
Okay, final segment. Let's really nail down some of the nuanced context that elevates communication from just understandable to, well, genuinely respectful. Starting with something you touched on earlier, pronouns, specifically I.
Yes, this is a really key cultural differentiator. As we mentioned, there are 3 main ways to say I or me that a traveler really ought to know. The most common sort of default informal one is chan.
Sean.
It's used pretty casually by both genders, and often women will use it even in more formal situations. It's quite versatile.
But for men, the formality distinction is stricter.
Generally, yes. For male speakers, the formal and most respectful way to say I is sen, and for female speakers, the equivalent highly formal I is dichon.
Dichon. So when should a traveler make the effort to use dichon instead of just the easier chon?
Definitely when interacting with people in positions of authority, officials, hotel managers, elders, using the appropriate formal pronoun in those situations is a significant sign of respect.
So if I'm a male traveler checking into a nice hotel and I just use chon all the time,
Yeah.
what's the risk? Am I going to offend someone?
Offend might be too strong, but you might come across as overly casual, maybe a little immature, or perhaps just unaware of the social nuances. Using femme in that transactional hotel setting clearly signals, I recognize this as a respectful adult interaction. It's definitely best practice for male travelers aiming to show deference.
That's a really valuable insight. It's about acknowledging the social context.
Okay.
Okay, shifting to immediate needs, real survival phrases. If I'm in actual trouble, help, please.
That's an urgent one. To do a crap.
Okay, choi must be to help.
Correct. Chue is help. And that particle, again, here, it's not just with or polite please. It adds urgency. It makes the request immediate, vital, while still keeping that polite frame with trip.
Choi to a crip.
Mm-hmm.
Hope we don't need it, but good to know. What about the everyday need to just get someone's attention? In a shop, a restaurant, or even politely interrupting. Excuse me, pardon me.
For that, we use the phrase rotna kapka.
Wrote again, meaning to interrupt or excuse here.
Exactly. And paired with the softener,
Mm-hmm.
it keeps it gentle and polite. You'd use this to catch a waiter's eye, or, as the sources noted, you could use it to ask if a seat is free.
Rot na satin ni dida mai krapka.
Okay, so rotna, excuse me, kindly. Then satin must be seat.
Right, satin is seat or place, followed by ni this, and our friend taimai, is it possible? So excuse me, this seat possible.
Let's talk about movement and time. Asking someone simply, where are you going? Nice and short. Peinai krapka, pai is to go, and nai is where, go where. Aina. Simple. Now, what if I want to state my own future intention, something I will do? Our sources mentioned a future marker, ya. Example, I want to go to the park.
Right, you'd say chan yak jape sian krapka.
Okay, so chan yak paisian would just mean I want to go to the park. What does adding ja do?
Ja functions like will or a definite future marker. It slots in between the desire, yak, and the action, pai sian, go park. Adding ja signals a stronger intention, like I am planning to go or I will go. It makes it more concrete than just a wish.
So, ja adds that layer of definite future action. Good nuance. How do we rally the troops? Get a group moving. Let's go.
For that, you use paikan.
Paikan.
Yep, pai is go. And paikan acts as a pluralizer here, meaning together, we, or us. So literally go together, or go us. It's the
Yeah.
common way to suggest group movement.
Cool. Let's practice that future tense structure again, telling someone my plans. Tomorrow I'm going to the beach.
Okay. Frungni chanjaไปที่สนามกรับกะ.
Let's break it down. Frungni. Frungni means tomorrow.
Right. Chan I ya will by go. And sana. Sana means beach. So tomorrow I will go at beach.
Perfect. Last push. Modern travelers' essentials, hotels, and connectivity. Checking in. Want to check in.
The phrase is chanyak thamban krapka.
Thumban. What's that literally?
Tham means to do or to make.
Ban.
Means house or home. So literally do house or make house.
Mm-hmm.
It refers to the action of registering, setting up your temporary home at the hotel.
Do house. Okay. And checking out. I want to check out.
Similar structure. Chanyak thambapait kapka to go, signaling your departure.
Do go. Makes sense. Booking a room. How do I specify? I'd like a double room.
You'd use the want structure.
Yeah.
Chanyak arkon ahon
Okay.
krapka.
Or kuna must be room.
Yes, kunai is room. And handa means double. So I want, take room double. Just plug in the room type.
Simple substitution again. Now, the truly vital 21st century question, is there Wi-Fi here? That uses the is there structure we saw. Teeny meeny Wi-Fi my krapka.
Kini here.
Easier.
There is Wi-Fi, obviously Wi-Fi. And our question particle, here have Wi-Fi. Perfect.
Simple and effective. And if you need the password,
How do I ask for that?
password Wi-Fi kunarai kapka.
That's great. It just borrows the English word password and slots it right into the standard what is structure. Password Wi-Fi is what? Arai at the end.
Exactly. The grammatical structure is flexible enough to just absorb loanwords like that seamlessly, as long as you keep the core grammar, and crucially, always add that politeness particle.
Brilliant. Okay, let's wrap up with a few final well wishes. See you later.
That's Urorn krapka. Kroyo means later or again, and Rorn means to meet or to see, so later meet.
Okay, good luck.
Chukdi krapka, literally good fortune.
Jadik. Nice. And for a celebration, happy birthday.
Suksnin one krot krapka. Suksni means happy, and one krok is birthday. Hashtag outro.
Wow. Okay, that was a seriously detailed immersion into the structure and the soul of Thai communication for travelers. I think the key takeaway for you, listening, has to be focusing on those structural building blocks. Like realizing thank you, Kapkun, is literally grateful for you. That changes how you think about the interaction.
It really does. And understanding that structure, that framework, is the ultimate shortcut. Whether you're asking, you name what, or this price how much, or figuring out how to use die to ask if something's possible, you now have templates, not just a list of phrases to memorize.
Right, templates you can adapt.
Exactly. But, above all, I think this deep dive just hammers home the absolute necessity of those gender particles.
Right.
And cut. And the softener's like, no.
Yeah, they're clearly not just optional extras. They're like the essential lubricant for the whole social engine. They make interactions smooth, respectful, and, well, pleasant for everyone involved. Understanding why they're there makes the language feel less daunting.
It really does. And before we sign off, let's just quickly revisit that final provocative thought we touched on earlier. It's about the word for you, kun.
Right, you said it's both the standard pronoun you and a term of respect.
Exactly. In Thai, kun serves both functions simultaneously. Think about English. We have to actively add things like sir or ma'am or use specific tones to convey that same level of default respect.
That's true. You by itself is neutral.
But in Thai, politeness is sort of integrated into the default settings of the language itself. Just by using the standard polite particles, krapka, and the default pronoun kun, you are automatically participating in a social agreement that inherently values the other person.
So the language itself encourages politeness as the baseline.
Precisely. It frames even basic interactions with an undercurrent of respect. It's quite beautiful when you think about it, how the language structure reflects cultural values.
That is a fantastic way to look at it. Language is a mirror to culture. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope this knowledge helps you have successful travels and more confident, polite, and fluent conversations in Thailand.
Absolutely. Chokti krapka, happy learning and good fortune on your journey.